Good day, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of our second season for Mom and Son Podcast.
This is Rose Fres Fausto, the mom, also known as FQ Mom.
And this is Anton Fausto, the son.
Woohoo!
It's April now.
Yeah, so 1/4 of the year is also done. And it's now season 2, both for the Mom and Son podcast and for our life this year.
Yeah. Second quarter na pala, ang bilis, no? Ang bilis ng panahon.
Yeah, and we'd like to really thank those who have been listening to us. Thank you for allowing us to join you when you're in traffic, or maybe when you're working out.
Or when you're doing chores at home or
doing
whatever.
chores at home. So I hope that we were able to give you a little bit of additional knowledge or even just fun.
Yeah, and also I want to thank the people who would message us. Also message you, Mama, on Instagram
and
or email. And telling us about what they think and how, I'm already saving or investing, something like that.
Yun,
yeah, it really warms the heart.
And then they would also ask their questions. So we do encourage you to do that. So you can also suggest to us what other topics you'd like to listen and join us in for your conversations with Mom and Son.
Okay, so to kick things off for our second season, we're interviewing Albero's very own Lance Tan and Isabel. They're actually my good friends, great friends in college.
Tell them how and why.
we were org mates, and in third year when I had the privilege of going to the junior term abroad, which is like an exchange program. We studied in France together. I lived with them. So we were together for...
So you really know each other, no?
Yeah.
Who snores?
Yes. I know. Everything about them now. 4 months we were together. So we're talking to them about how they now run their own furniture business, which they started as a thesis project back in college.
Yep. So it's going to be very, very informative and I think very fun conversation because you're just gonna hang out with your friends. Yeah. Very, very young
It was actually,
CEO.
we the first half of the episode we recorded it in the car. We came from Pampanga, but then we had to go to Makati, and we wanted to beat the traffic, so we already started recording it in the car on the way there.
Okay, so we actually have a contest for this. There's a giveaway from Albero, the furniture company. Listen until the end of the podcast to find out how you can win.
That's right. So we're giving away a latte macchiato candle for free.
Wow!
It's a scented candle. I've gotten the chance to buy one of these before.
Yan.
Bango siya. Mabango talaga siya. So just listen nga to the end to find out how you can get your hands on one of these very aromatic candles.
Yes. So, okay may pag-games na tayo.
Yeah.
Ibang level na.
Alright, so let's get to it. Here's our interview with Lance and Isabel. Today, I'm with the people behind Albero. We have Lance Tan and Isabel. Hi guys, how are you?
Hi.
Anton, hello.
Okay, so I just wanna thank you guys again for making the time to be here for our episode. And grabe guys, Lance and Isabel actually came from Pampanga. So sobrang talaga. We're really lucky to have both of you. And today we're gonna talk about their story with Albero. If you guys don't know, sige Lance, how can you briefly explain what's Albero about?
So Albero is a furniture brand that produces furniture that highlight 3 special qualities. So one is of course the style of the furniture and its aesthetics, and second would be its functionality, especially with how people are moving into smaller spaces. We want the space safe and we want to create more value to our pieces. And finally, high quality furniture.
Isabel, so Lance is talking about the 3 things that make Albero, what make it unique. Who would be the people you guys target? Is there like a specific demographic, or is it like anyone, any age?
Right now, we're targeting like the millennial, the ones who are interested in the Scandinavian look and condo living type of furniture and interiors.
Okay, so more of condo living. Wait, I just want to ask, what do you mean by Scandinavian look? Could you, if it's possible, could you describe it? Anyway, could any of you describe what the Scandinavian look means? Because I don't know what it means.
So Scandinavian, I think it's characterized by clean lines with subtle curves. It's not that so complicated of a furniture. Simple pieces, but it's up to us on how we would like to up that piece and make it even more beautiful.
Sometimes we incorporate Filipino styles and designs
Yeah.
with like using Sulia and rattan.
Okay, Filipino
mixing
products.
them both into furniture.
Yeah.
Parang you guys seem to know a lot about furniture. Is this the first time you dealt with furniture, or have you guys had experience with furniture in the past?
For me, I guess furniture was really in my blood. Since my parents own Las Palmas Furniture, our Albero's mother company actually. When I was a kid, I always used to follow my mom around and my dad around the factory. So instead of design being something that I learned, it's something that I learned to love actually. It's something that became my passion. So now I don't feel that this job I have or this work is not something that was really forced, but it's something that grew on me and like I loved it even more as the years
So
go by.
on a personal note, you don't feel like it's something that you were sort of brainwashed or forced to like. You just
Yeah.
since it was around you growing up.
Yeah.
You also ended up loving furniture as
Yeah,
well.
usually kasi diba, parang pag family business, people think na, you're next in line.
Yeah,
So parang
yeah.
mape-pressure ka, mapipilitan
Yeah.
ka. But for me, I guess, like, I got pressured, but it's because I really want to do the
Yeah,
best
the
I
pressures,
could.
it's normal. It's
Yeah.
normal to be pressured din naman. Speaking of pressure naman, Isabel, since we know naman Gans comes from a family of furniture people. Ikaw, I'm guessing you don't have any.
Yeah.
This is your
Honestly,
first time dealing with
time.
furniture. How was it?
It's my first time. Honestly, I don't know a lot of things, but coming into this, I get surprised with the terms, with the
Mhm.
type of wood, how they manufacture and everything. Sometimes at first I didn't know what a veneer was, those simple things. Ever since I was young, kasi I was very interested into interior and architecture.
Oh, okay.
I originally planned to take UP,
Uh-huh.
to take architecture in UP, but then I ended up pursuing business in Ateneo
Uh-huh.
in the end.
Which is
So-
still useful, especially
Yeah, it's
in
useful.
running your own business. It would also come in handy.
Yeah, it's super useful learning about business and all because design can follow after. It depends also with the person if they have the eyes and to see to have style.
It's a special skill.
Yeah, yeah.
I know there's more than like just the taste, but
Yeah.
I'm planning to like learn and expand my
Oh,
knowledge
really?
after.
Okay. Oh, you guys are talking about school. We talked about this a bit in our teaser, Gans, that it actually started as a thesis project.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little more about that? How the whole thought process came. Were you planning on really having your own furniture business, or you had this thesis project and thought, oh, this is a perfect opportunity to
Yeah.
make this business?
So when you're planning for a thesis, like the capstone project for Ateneo, most of the time people made clothes or food, and
Which are really good.
yeah, they're really good. But most of the time we've observed that they don't really continue it after college.
That's right.
Yeah, so we thought now, why not make something na our efforts won't get wasted? Something that we could
Or
continue
something
after.
that isn't so common yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is the
Yeah.
first. I mean, for me, this is the first time I've heard of in Ateneo at least, a thesis that sold furniture.
Yeah.
I feel like it's in everyone's house. You see it all the time, but
Yeah.
you don't always think
Mm.
about like the business behind it. So
Yeah.
going to that naman, the topic of the business behind furniture. How difficult is it that you guys are
23.
23 and
21.
okay, very young ages. What are the biggest challenges you face when it comes to running your own company?
I guess one of the biggest challenges is really doing everything, since we're just a small team of around 4 people in the administrative department as of now, but we're planning to expand in the future.
Wait, so namely the 4 people are Lance, Isabel.
And then my mom,
Uh-huh.
and then interior designers.
Oh, okay.
We have around 1 or 2 who help
Mhm.
us for the 3D rendering of the products.
Yeah.
Yeah. So since we're in a very small team, we have to handle not only like my position, Isabel's position, which is marketing. Like we really have to tap on to finance. We have to tap on to accounting, to marketing.
Which is the hardest for you?
For me, I guess the hardest, even though we don't really pay much attention to it, it's really the administrative part.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
The process of ordering, when you order our products,
Order the
then you
materials.
manufacture, like it's the work, the flow itself.
Oh yeah.
Individually, you could kunwari finance. Isabel could handle that easily, but when it comes to the
Yes.
flow of everything, that's when it becomes complicated.
It's when it all piles up. You know,
Yeah.
people kasi really, when you think of business, well, I've never had experience running a business.
Yeah.
I would think of, I have to think of a nice product to sell.
Yeah.
And then, if it's a good product, it's gonna sell well.
Yeah.
Like, if it's affordable, it's gonna sell
Yeah.
well. But then, I forget, like, people also don't take into account that there's so much more administrative
Yeah.
work that comes with any business. Isabel, how about you? What would be your biggest challenge when it comes to running a business?
Same as Lance. Coming into this, I didn't know anything because I didn't take any entrepreneurship courses and
Mhm.
all. So yung una, they had to, we had to do our own BIR, SSS, pag-ibig and PhilHealth, and all those
Okay.
things. And I
Yeah.
was super confused because I didn't learn those things. So I really
No,
had to
they
learn it.
don't teach us that
Yeah,
in
Yeah, they
school
don't
then.
teach it in
Yeah.
school, so I had to learn it in real life.
Mhm.
But then that's when I realized that you don't learn everything in school. It's through experience talaga when you get to apply.
Yeah,
everything.
experience is the
It's the
best
best
teacher.
teacher,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And like
And
in corporate, one thing I've noticed is I'm not saying that it's harder to be an entrepreneur, but in
Uh-huh.
corporate you're being given a specific title, and
Yeah,
with that
yeah.
title there's specific tasks. But as you start, you see na corporation started like this. It's so hard nga pala.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's not a thing you like a specific to-do list that you have to follow per day.
Yeah.
But it's really like, oh, you have to
be
do this, you have to do
flexible.
this, yeah.
For,
Something I noticed then with if you have your own business, although it's like a whole different game.
Yeah.
I think the difference which makes being an entrepreneur more enticing is that this is where you can sort of leave a legacy of
Yeah,
your own. Since
yeah.
if you're an employee and being an employee is great. Syempre, there's benefits. There's the security of cash inflow and everything. It's only when you have a business that when you can like really put your name
Yeah.
onto
Yeah.
something. And since we're talking about corporate na, did you guys ever have like second thoughts na should I jump into this business thing already, or should
or
I
answer
should
a
I
corporate
yeah
first
yeah
and get experience.
Ano, yun
I
answer
think
for
that's
sir.
what most people would expect from
Yeah.
business management graduate in Ateneo. Even my parents initially wanted me to apply first and get experience from outside. But then, on my side, my mind is telling me, yeah, I should apply, get experience, try it first so that I'll learn. And before I get into my own business, at least I know something. And I have work experiences I've never worked before. But then my heart tells me I should pursue something that I really wanted to do from the start, given that it's already there. Like
Yeah,
the chance
the
is already
opportunity is
there.
already
the
there.
opportunity is
So you really like this? You
I
really
really enjoy it.
Really
Honestly,
enjoy it.
yeah. It's like doing work. When you do work that you really like, it doesn't feel
Doesn't
so
feel
hard.
like,
And it's
okay.
true. Like when people say that, at first I thought it was a cliche thing.
Yeah.
But
But
then
it's
now,
still hard work. It's a lot of hard work.
it's a lot of
course.
hard work, but it becomes more meaningful, and it becomes like at the end of the day, you feel tired, you feel super drained sometimes, but you feel happy and
You feel fulfilled.
Yeah, you feel more fulfilled
Okay.
than doing something that you don't really, something that doesn't really matter to you.
Okay. So while we're talking about your love for the job, Lance naman, what's your favorite thing about Albero? Not anymore as the business owner and the one behind it. Like just Albero as the brand, as its products. What's
Yeah.
your favorite thing about it?
For me, my favorite thing is that when I was a kid, I think the home really meant a lot to me. And in that home, I think the furnitures also played an important role to how the environment actually affects the people living in a certain space. And with my home, I always felt that there was this sort of warmth or some sort of belongingness in the home. And I think that's what I love about the brand, because with it also being related to a family business, and with it being something also related to something I really love to do. Like there's always that warmth every time I work, and there's always
Mhm.
something to look forward to every day. Like what Isabel said, it doesn't really feel like work also. Maybe because we also get to utilize heavily our right brain. It's not something that's really task oriented, but something that you always have to think creatively, like with
Wait, so
the design.
the right side of the brain is the creative one.
Yes.
If I'm
Right? Right?
Tama.
I
Yeah.
thought it was the. I don't know.
Basta the creative side of the brain,
Yeah.
that's the one you like.
Yeah.
Okay, Lance, I have a tough question for you. You're talking about like comfort of the home and how it's a family business. Parang kinakabahan ka. How would you respond to people who would say na the only reason why you're in this position is because you're born into it, like your parents are helping you? How would you respond to people that would say na you're only here because of your parents?
Mm. I guess that question, it's already something I anticipated. Being a graduate of legal management, people think that I didn't go law because like I was next in line to the family business,
Uh-huh.
parang required na ako. But I always tell them that, so first and foremost, like legal management,
It's not really a pre-law.
yeah,
no?
like a pre-law course. What the program director said, it's recommended, but it's like more of a business course with law subjects, business law subjects to
Mhm.
be exact. And when people ask me what I'm doing now, oh, I'm a I work in Albero, I have my own business, I already tell them that, for instance, they ask me, oh, why aren't you going law? Like, I'm gonna say na, I wanna go business because from the start, I knew that this is where everything I've learned in the past would lead me to.
Yeah.
So, after graduation, I went to L'Oreal to work as an intern.
Yeah, as an intern, yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, that's when I gained enough experience. And I think I
And
could,
ayaw mo na,
yeah,
ito talaga gusto ko. Gusto ko,
Yeah.
I want to run a business.
yeah, so yun,
Okay.
like, I decided to
Yes.
pursue it. And
Well,
question doesn't affect me that much.
That's good. Well,
Yes,
for me
yeah.
naman, like, that would always be the case that understandably people would doubt, syempre,
Yeah.
yung mga
Yeah, of
family
course.
businesses. But then, edi, good for you if you have, if you're blessed enough
Yeah.
that you have a supporting family and you
Yeah.
have a business that
Yeah.
you can run. Na you're still gonna have to prove
Yeah.
yourself, which I believe both of you are naman. Na it's an advantage and just make the most out of it instead of look at it as na, I really
Yeah.
have to prove myself. Di ko kaya to. It's
Yeah.
because of my parents. Ganyan.
Yeah.
Like, use it as another advantage. Na
Yeah.
it's what you have. So these are the cards you've been dealt. So ano.
And I
Okay.
guess that's why also branding, for me in a business, it's really important. Kasi the trust and the confidence you have in the brand really affects the way the brand is seen by other people.
That's right.
If you're not confident in what you sell or your designs and things like that, the more magda-doubt yung people, ay, why did you go into this business? Ganon. So, I think it's really living up to what you built.
Okay. Sige. Mas chill questions or baka mas mahirap na question. For those who don't know, Lance and Isabel you've been together for how long na?
Almost 4, or maybe 3.
More, yeah.
Okay, well, this is the harder commitment more than the business. So mga 3 years na
Basta
together.
first year college.
college. Okay, so let's say Math, you've been together for 3 or 4 years and you're with each other all the time for work naman. So what would be the challenges naman of working with your boyfriend/girlfriend? Okay, so who wants to go first? Yeah. What's your words?
For me, honestly, we don't really fight over like Albero. So far, I hope we don't, but so far we haven't really fought about the business. It's more like respecting each other's opinions and learning to like listen to each other. Because both of us, Lance and I, we have our visions, our values are quite aligned and similar, which is I'm thankful for.
Okay.
Because it's gonna be so hard if he has a different,
Yeah.
view and things. So whenever we run a business, most of the time we do agree on things. Most of the time, but when we don't agree on things, we don't really fight about it. We just talk it out, say our opinions, and then if I believe that he's right, because I still look at him as a leader in this setup, I listen to him, and vice versa. Whenever I think that I'm right and I have what I'm saying actually makes more sense, and he also listens to me. And I'm thankful to have a partner like that who doesn't really force his own opinions.
Yes.
But
Let the record show, tumatawa si Lance sa side. Joke lang.
No.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I understand. So it's a two-way thing. It's
we
a
respect
partnership.
each other. When we work, it's not like super serious na, okay, we're in the office, work mode, like quiet, everything's serious. No, it's like, it's super fun around.
It's just part of your relationship. Right?
Yeah, it's like, we don't change as
Okay.
people.
Oh, Lance, ikaw naman.
Yeah, I agree with what Isabel said.
Yeah.
And also,
You better agree. Joke lang.
but I think it's also that we know how to keep the personal life, and we know when the personal life and the professional life. We know
when it's time
have it
for
together or like
ano,
separate it talaga.
Yeah.
Like, of course, when the matters become serious, sometimes, syempre may small times na, oh, you have to do it like this. Like, there are times na like that. Yeah,
correct,
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 correct.
Yeah,
Do you ever have like a rule, na example, you're on a date na parang, okay, let's not talk about work muna, or parang it's really just part of it.
No naman, we like talking about
You
work.
you enjoy
Yeah,
talking
parang we
about
enjoy
work.
naman. And I think it's like something of, it's a part of us din naman. So,
Every day,
like,
yeah.
of course, you have to limit it sometimes. Like, if kunwari date talaga siya. But, yeah, like, we
Yeah,
talk
but
about
when we
it a
include
lot.
in our like when we have dates, syempre we include Albero in our conversation because it's like
It's what you do
yeah,
naman.
and it's part of our
It's like
dreams
when
in
a
the
boyfriend,
future.
yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like when a boyfriend and girlfriend go out, they'll talk about what they did in work. It just it just so happens that your work is the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so I asked Lance a tough question kanina. I asked Isabel naman one. Okay, so it's really about it's also about the topic of family business. Like, family business. It's kind of a given that understandable. Okay, Lance is gonna get in this furniture business. Like his family's there also, but then you didn't come from a family that did furniture as their as a business. Did you have any qualms or like doubts that when you were entering na? Because this is a full-time thing. It's not anymore a thesis lang that it's
Yeah.
just one of your subjects. it's your everyday job. Like, what were the parang, do you have any second thoughts before going into it or anything?
I wouldn't say I had second thoughts or like doubts. Yeah, I didn't have doubts or second thoughts because from the beginning, the people who supported us super encouraged us about it. Like they told us not to be scared, that they'll be there to guide us, and even if I didn't know anything, they bring me with them so that I'll see it myself on how to do things, how to talk to.
You weren't, you didn't just like dive into this without
Yeah,
knowing.
it's
Like,
like
you
they explained it
really,
from
you
the
made sure you
start.
knew what it was about and everything.
They parang briefed us through it, and they from the start pa lang, like sinasama na kami sa like meetings nila, and we just we don't say anything, we just watch.
While
them,
you were
how
still
they do it.
students?
No,
Or
when I
graduated
graduated
na?
na, yeah.
Okay.
Tita Alma, she's super positive about it. Like when she tells me not to, she tells me don't be scared. Parang it's part of learning. Everything is a learning process naman. Yun, eventually I'll be able to know it. Because them daw when they started, they didn't know anything. But now look at how far
Yeah.
they've gone.
All
So,
business, I guess,
yeah,
all business then
everything
one
naman.
starts somewhere. Okay. Lance, where do you see Albero in the next 5-10 years?
In the next 5 years, I see Albero as one of the like household names when it comes to the local market first.
Uh-huh.
Like when people interested in furniture or buyers hear the word Albero, they'll know that it's a brand of quality and it's a
Okay.
brand that's already established. And in the next 10 years, hopefully, like we get to go global or we get to export to at least one country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sige, I got like a closing note. What would be your advice? What advice would you give to other starting entrepreneurs? Now, you know how we really see it now, especially with the rise of e-commerce, that
Yeah.
it's easier. Like, there's a platform
Yeah.
now for people to sell their products or
Yeah.
services. What would you tell those people now thinking like where you guys were around a year ago?
Yeah.
Now, should I do this or should I get a job or what
Yeah.
would you tell those people?
For me, the first thing I think that they have to expect is that it's gonna be a messy process. No matter how much you clean up your roles, no matter how much you say, "Nah, these are the only things I'm gonna do," or after this step it leads to this step, then leads to this step. It's all gonna crumble down. Like
Yeah.
there's so much times where we've created we have this system to record all our sales, and then it will affect, like it will also track our inventory. Pero after a week we don't get to use them kasi not just because we're two people lang. It's because that it's not the most efficient way we've found.
There's a better way.
There's
Yeah.
always a better way.
It's a learning process talaga.
And but now I could say that it's easier to build a business than before.
Mhm.
I agree naman with before na you have to go into a corporation to know how to start up your own business. Kasi before you didn't have access to the tools naman, resources online. But now like the systems that corporations use, or they're actually more user friendly pa, and then sometimes they're even cheaper than what corporations use. You could just study them
Yes,
yourself
yes.
online and like implement them yourself.
There's so
Yeah.
many ways of learning
Yeah.
things, and there's really not one way. There's not
Yeah.
one correct way to start a business. It really
Mhm.
depends on you and like what resources you have and
Yeah.
everything. Okay, ikaw naman, Isabel.
For me, advice to starting entrepreneurs for them to pursue a product that they truly believe in
Mm-hmm.
and something that they really enjoy working with. Because for me, you have, and no, not lang yun, basta dapat the product must have value. It's super important to put value into products because the consumer brand right now, it's so big na.
Mhm.
Everything can just make a business out of like making a page on Instagram. You can already make a business out of it, selling anything. But then we wouldn't want to add another product into the world na doesn't really have a purpose or value. So it's super important to put a story into your product and to make sure, because when you put like a story into it, it would be easier for your consumers to believe in it, and it would be more meaningful.
Yeah, I get it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much again for your time. And thank you, Isabel, na namamagat na yung boses mo, but you're still answering my questions. So, where can they check out your products, or do you guys have anything? Because I know you also do mga you also take part in the furniture
Yeah.
conventions.
Mhm.
What
Yeah.
first where can they
So they could
Check
catch
you guys
Albero this coming April at Manila Fame,
uh-huh.
and then also this October we'll also be joining Manila Fame. So
Manila Fame is a
Manila Fame is a furniture and art show. So
furniture and art
yeah.
show.
Accessories.
I thought the fame
accessories.
was like an acronym.
I
I was thinking
No.
furniture and
Yeah.
art. Okay, fame.
Yeah,
So
and
fame that's happening next month. This month, sorry, April.
Yeah. And then they could also check out our website. So it's www.albero, albero.ph or check our Instagram at alberoph.
Okay. All right. So thank you again so much.
Thank you.
I'm a big fan of Albero and what you guys have been doing. And I know you're a big fan of me.
Supported.
Joke lang.
Of course.
Okay, so thank you very much again. Thanks for listening to our first episode for Season 2. That's right. We'll be having more guests with very rich stories for our upcoming episodes.
And as promised, kanina, di ba, we said
Mhm.
that they have a chance to win the latte macchiato candle. And all they have to do is dun 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 dun.
You have to share the Facebook episode post. So you check my page, which is Anton Fausto. And every Tuesday, I put up a post with all the links to where you can stream the episode. All you have to do is share that Facebook post and answer this question. What was your favorite episode of Season 1 and why?
Okay, can you say that again? What will they share?
The Facebook post of the episode, which I post every Tuesday at 7 a.m.
Any, or is it this episode?
This episode, for
Okay.
this Albero episode.
All right. So
Yes, yeah.
they have to share this Albero episode
Mm-hmm.
on their Facebook
Yes.
timeline and then say what their favorite episode of Season 1 was. Correct?
Yeah, and why? And of course, don't forget to use the hashtag Mom and Son Podcast. All right. So thanks for listening to another episode of Mom and Son Podcast.
Once again, this has been Rose Fresh Fausto the Mom.
And Anton Fausto the Son. For any questions and comments, email us at antonfausto@gmail.com. Bye. Mom and Son Podcast airs every Tuesday at 7 a.m. and can be streamed anytime, anywhere through Spotify, Buzzsprout, Apple iTunes, and YouTube. Just search Mom and Son Podcast for your weekly dose of family, finance, different passions, and special guests.